Hi, and welcome to another edition of This Week in Pioneer Soccer. I said this, during the first edition of This Week in Pioneer Soccer, but there's a hunger to this team. There's a desire that hasn't been there. And, once we scored one goal in the opener against Monmouth, it was clear that we wanted 4 or 5. And, even when we're scoring goals now, you can see that, we're not letting off the gas. And, it was just a great opening weekend for us, great little crowd, and, we scored some great goals. Andre's a guy that sets the tone for us. Everything's based off of his work rate. And, when he's working hard, he's making, plays on the defensive end that obviously jumpstart our attack as well. And so, his whole mentality heading into the Monmouth game was just to, work as hard as he could and lead by example. And, he was able to find himself, 3 great moments. Obviously his teammates help him out tremendously with that stuff, but, Andre, all of his chances come really through his, industrious type approach. The beginning of the game almost came a little easy to us, before we, got our first goal. It was, I don't know how many touches they even really had, and, when you look back at the game, it's still in the first half we had control, but I didn't think, like the opener, we didn't go, for the kill, and we let them hang around, and, halftime occurred, and, then they scored, just like we, thought that they were most dangerous on, restart, and, then we go down 2-1 after we give up a restart goal off a deflection, a little bit unlucky there, but that's the game, and, the word resiliency just comes to mind when you watch that game. 20 minutes left, 25 minutes left, you're down 2-1, and I don't think there was ever any doubt from anybody, within the organization that we were not only going to tie the game, but then we were going to win the game. And so, once we got that tying goal, it was a great individual effort by Moshe, and for us to be able to get the winner the way that we got the winner, it was just a big time goal. I don't know, a high level goal like that. That's pretty special. Yeah, it's just the unpredictability. We believe in starting positions and positional play, and so we're trying to get these guys in situations and in spaces that are gonna fit their skill sets, and so. Repetition, pattern play, and all those things, have gotten the guys more familiar with the decisions that they need to make in the game, and now it's up to them and their creativity, to go out and do it. I think the biggest thing that I've seen from this year is just the unselfishness, to run without the ball, to create space for other people, and the biggest thing that we really need to kind of take advantage of is making teams move and chase the ball. This year is, we got a special group of players that can really build out of the back and build through all the phases, and, we need to value possession a little bit more. The tempo hasn't been, what we think it should be, but that's always, the first 3 or 4 games. And then, once we really watch it on tape and realize that, we can really get teams out of their shape by making them chase it, is really the next step. Now, that's just wasn't for the 2018 team. That was for the 2015 team, and we felt really robbed. In 2015, going undefeated and losing on a long throw-in. We didn't think they had many chances in the game, but we couldn't put the game away. And credit to them for defending well. That game was much more than just a one-off game. That was something that, we had been looking for, trying to get SMU back on the schedule ever since that game. And so I couldn't be more proud of my guys for going on the road. Tough conditions. It was wet. It was a physical game, and, our guys really controlling the tempo of the game. We didn't think that we gave up too many chances or too many looks. And, more importantly, we defended, restarts and the long throwing extremely well. And so if you're looking from game 1 to game 2, game 2 to game 3, we're just making progress. And, we're doing that just by focusing on the everyday. Not trying to get too high or not trying to get too low, and just understanding that, we're here to win knockout football games. And, you do that by, holding yourself accountable and, sticking together and, being collective. And, that's all my guys have done. And the SMU game wasn't the prettiest game from us, but I thought that we did a great job controlling it. Scott D is a special type of kid, and he's the captain for a reason, and he's the anchor back there. And I think over the past couple years, other guys have kind of maybe not outperformed him, but we're older, so maybe got more of the recognition. Courtney Ford in 2016, and then Graham Smith this last season. But he's been so consistent, and I think the biggest change that I've seen in him is he's just taken so much more ownership of things. He's louder, he's more accountable for the back line, and he was the man of the match for me. And any MLS team or any professional club that's looking at a guy that can play at that level and really compete, look no further than Scott DeVos. Moving into Friday, Sunday, all homestand games for 4 games at home. At Pioneer Field, we've had a tremendous record, and that's because of all of our fans and alumni support. And we hope to see you out there. And the one thing that I can guarantee you from my team is that we'll always compete and give our best effort on the day. And I'm really proud of this group. For what they've accomplished up to this point. It's been a long 9 months, to get us here. But we're really focused on every game and giving our best, each game, and just taking it one day at a time.